Hennepin County has a growing problem with families facing homelessness.
The latest shelter report shows more than 400 families are sleeping in shelters, almost twice the number from a year ago.
Richard Reeves shows us what Hennepin County is doing to help and how a Minneapolis nonprofit is knocking down walls to make a difference.
Got to be about 6 inches away from the stucco to make that initial blow. There was still this sensation of, wait, I'm not ready. Whoa.
For Steve Horsfield, the demolition of the 141-year-old Simpson United Methodist Church in South Minneapolis.
Thinking about all the stuff we've done over the years to make sure that doors were safe and secure, to make sure that the roof wouldn't leak.
Is an ending and a beginning.
One of the things that came out of that congregation is Simpson Housing Services, is the agency that I work for. This structure served its time and its season, and it's time to make space for the next thing.
That next thing is expected to look like this: a short-term 72-bed housing facility for people experiencing homelessness. That's to include 42 units of permanent housing,
which is a dire need for folks who are coming out of experiences of homelessness. What we really need in our community is shelter that is low barrier in terms of easy to access and with a lot of services on site.
Experts say in Hennepin County, families seeking a place to live are hurting the most. The latest shelter report shows 401 families are now in shelter, almost twice the number from a year ago, an increase of 144 families since July. At the time, that was already the highest level in the county in a decade.
We're seeing an unprecedented increase in family shelter, which means that there's more children than ever that don't have a safe, stable home right now in Hennepin County. And so absolutely we're concerned.
Shelter advocates say the increase started with the lifting of the eviction moratorium.
That was the last addition over on that side by the alley,
which allowed people to stay in their homes during the pandemic. Horsfield points to the economy, the lack of affordable housing, even the start of the school year as factors.
Coming into August and September, families want to make sure that kids are in stable housing, are in communities where they have access to good schools.
Horsfield says his nonprofit is trying to help. The program that provides transition housing for about 300 families.
Those are the organ pipes. You hear that clanging?
Who typically stay about 2 years while they're getting stabilized.
We have prevention services.
The Office to End Homelessness is working to form a team of housing case managers,
so that if families are in trouble of rent, that we're able to quickly help connect them with rental assistance. If families are going through housing court, we have representation at housing court to keep them connected to their housing.
Thinking about all the things that people did to make sure the building was habitable, to come to this point is it's crazy. I had no idea I'd be showing up to witness the final stages of the structure coming down. I'm really grateful to be here.
Horsfield hopes these are all steps in the right direction to help those experiencing homelessness.
People are still suffering. And so if you're already in a situation where you're having to make hard choices between paying the electric bill or buying groceries, that situation got a hell of a lot more challenging in 2023.
And the Office to End Homelessness says it's using hotels and staff shelter buildings to help with the overflow of families in need. The county is also providing meals, case management services, support to keep children in school, and help for families transitioning into permanent housing. Meanwhile, Simpson Housing Services says it's raised all but $5 million of the $47 million needed to build the new shelter. They hope it to open in the summer of 2025.
It's going to take a lot of work to reverse this trend. It's concerning.
Yeah, the numbers keep on rising. That's a big issue.
Thank you, Rich.
Thanks, Rich.